Welcome back to another episode of our F1 Manager 2022 career mode. We're going to go through Jeddah today. This is the second round of the season. I'm just kind of going through the menus, just check out, see what we got here. We got an email going over the strategies from Bahrain and the debrief. Looks like we need to improve Mick Schumacher's defending when we can, and the high-speed cornering for the car. So that's one thing we got to look into. We also have the email stating we're exceeding the expectations of the board, so that's a plus. We are sitting fourth in the constructors, which our goal is P6. So Mick Schumacher's defending is under 70, so I want to try to get that up as soon as I can. Just got to play us by ear. We don't have enough developmental points yet for him. Downside is with the races being the way they are right now, we don't have enough races to get them improved, so we're still trying to decide if we want to keep the drivers as the lineup we have or if we're going to change them out. Team hub, we did get a team hub constructed, so that will help morale, and then also will help boost teams ability to do work. So this is just an overview of the last race. Looks like Leclerc won, and then Ferrari's leading the constructors championship. So I'm going through the rest of the menus. We do have 5 days until the next race at Jeddah, so it is pretty quick. Not a whole lot of time to do anything. Kind of going over the overview of the circuit with a lot of high-speed stuff. High speed, which is our car really lacks high-speed cornering abilities in dirty and clean air and top speed. So that's gonna be the hard part about this race. See what we can do. Probably be a one-stop either way. Medium to hards or hards to mediums. I don't think I'll be doing a two-stop. But as we've seen in real life, this circuit is really high chance and probability of safety cars. So set the performance targets. Our goal, I think, will be to get into Q2 with at least one driver. Get above 12th potentially. Then I think we might shoot for to get into Q3 with Magnussen again. I think he can. So we're gonna shoot for that. Then there's no way I get fastest lap right now. The car's not that quick because the Ferrari drivers usually snatch it at the end of the race. So not gonna worry about that. And then we are gonna set the activate the qualifying race streak. Just that way we can see what we can get. So that's where we're at there. Kind of go over to the next thing. I think we were gonna go over the driver overview. Just gotta check to see where we're at with each one of these guys. Nothing too major. Kind of seeing where our car stacks up against the rest of the field and the difference in the two cars. I think is how I wanted to do that. So go to the new project because we do have we're gonna get some suspensions constructed. We're gonna try to get one more so we can have this on both cars. So we should have suspension on both cars, the new one. Kind of going through the rest of the stuff here. Current projects, we have 2 wings being developed. They'll probably be for the next episode. I don't think we'll have anything for this one. So we can see what the difference of those will be. So my goal is for this season is to have, when we do an upgrade, to put it on Magnussen's car, at least for FP1 because there's a difference in it. And then just depending on what happens after that will determine whether I put the stuff, if we have enough parts to put them on both cars for that race, or just depends on what's going on. So let's kind of play it by ear. Kind of looking over the engineers. I am thinking about scouting some engineers, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that yet. Going to the facilities management. I think with us having 13 million, I may potentially do some upgrades. So just kind of looking to see what we want to do here. I do want to have it to where we can design a couple of different things at one time, see if we can keep improving the car. I don't know how far into the season I want to do upgrades this season. I think in the middle of May they do give you this information for the next season, so We're gonna build the hospitality area. I think it's no, we gotta do that, or the memorabilia room. So we do get money for them from the tour center too. So I think I did this to just kind of get the weekly income of 13,000. So that's what I'm doing there. There wasn't much to build, so we had the money for that. And then go over the season balance real quick. We're doing pretty good. We're still going up from month to month. So we do get about $5 million from sponsorship every month as a recurring income. So plus the money we get from each race, we do make about 3 million to 4 million each race, depending on the incentives and all that. So this is a monthly balance we get after every race. And then the cost cap, we are still sitting pretty good. We kind of got to watch where our projected is at the end of the season. But like I said, I think I'm going to start designing the car for next season, this season pretty early. I want to see if I can get a head jump on the rest of the competition, see if I can get a decent car here to be fighting for podiums next season. As long as we're above the goal of 6 this season, I'm not going to push too hard to get too much higher than that. Granted, the prize money from it would be kind of nice, but like I said, we're just gonna see what we have. So we're looking into the race at Jeddah here. Probably gonna fast forward to the weekend. So moving up. Nothing else exciting happening before Friday. So so this race, if I'm not mistaken, I think I goofed and did not record all of qualifying. So just kind of reading the emails here real quick, just kind of going to race preview, kind of showing where we're at, and then just kind of reminding us again to go over the race preparations. But like I said, I think when I did this, I didn't do, I didn't record all the qualifying like I meant to, or like I planned to. So I only got like Q2 for some reason. So but I'll just go show you the results from everything, and we'll just kind of go from there. So moving forward to the race. So like I said, I'm just kind of double checking the tire strategy and all that, and just kind of going over all this. And hopefully we jump into the race. So this is after P3, so we're doing pretty good there.
Formula One is back. Welcome to one of the fastest circuits on the calendar here at Jeddah. The Saudi Arabian Grand Prix is about to kick off, and the atmosphere here is electric. The Jeddah Street Circuit has one of the fastest average speeds, as well as the most corners of any track on the calendar. Good high-speed downforce is going to make life in the fast lane a little easier for drivers here this weekend. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
So jumping into it here, looks like we have clear weather for the whole weekend. So like I said, go to the performance targets, just double checking everything. And then looks like I did not do fast lap, but I just left the finishing streak on the hot streaks, not the qualifying one. So no big deal. Just kind of double checking the circuit info, and then the weather. So this is Q1 results. We have Carlos Sainz was fastest. We did get Magnussen into Q2. I don't remember if I got Schumacher in there. Just double check here in a second. So looking at the second half of Q1, so Schumacher was out in Q1, that's right. So he missed it by like, it looks like a half a tenth. So tough break for him, but we'll go to the Q2 here real quick and show you how that went. So it looks like we got Magnussen out here. He's a half a second off of Hamilton right now. This was on an old set of softs. So we're running through this. Swap tires over real quick, put a new set of softs on, and see what we can do to improve this time. So towards the end of qualifying, end of Q2. So setting them out here in a second, and let's see if we can improve right now. Like I said, we're 1.2 off of Verstappen right now. And we're towards the tail end of this line, so we'll know for sure where we're sitting by the time he comes around here. So let's see if the other guys improve as well. So Gasly's across the line. Did improve a little bit. Max did not improve. Sainz improved to P2, so that moves us down to P6. So we're 1.4 seconds back now. Let's see if we're going to be in or not. So kind of going through here, we're the last car of the grid, so we just kind of have to see where we're standing once we get to that point. So coming around the last turn, then Joe bumps us out for a second, does he? And then do we improve? We improve to barely in. So not too bad, we did make it in barely. And then we'll go over the results here real quick. I think, as I said, I did record Q3 for some reason. I don't know if it just didn't save or what. But Max was fastest at Q2, and we'll show you the results of Q3 real quick. So then, Q3 results, Charles is the Ferrari lockout front row, Red Bull second row. We got P10, so the goal in this race again would be to get points from at least one driver, and we'll just kind of go from there. We were quite a ways back from Gasly on that one for some reason. I think he got held up on the first lap and the second lap. I think I goofed on it or something, I don't remember, so we'll go to the race.
Qualifying. That puts them in a very good position to make the most of this race start. We saw a reasonable push from Mercedes in qualifying, and they'll have plenty of opportunities here to achieve a great result. We're under clear skies here tonight, certainly to the team's relief. Now they can focus their strategy on pushing their cars as much as they can.
Well, this is certainly going to be a challenging but no doubt exciting race here in Jeddah.
So here's the predicted race strategies that I have set up for this race. So we're going to try the reverse strategy from Schumacher, see if he can't do an overcut on everybody. And then Magnussen's going to start on the mediums. So we'll see what happens. It is 50 laps, I think. So I did bump in a little bit extra fuel in Schumacher's car, so that way I can leave him on the high fuel pace for a little bit, see if he can get in a little extra pace. So let's see what we got here now.
It looks like clear weather tonight for this race, with the drivers now just taking position on the grid. Let's take a look at Haas. There's the other Haas. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. Will their hard work pay off today? It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
So we're underway here for the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. So let's see if I can get some places up with Schumacher. Put him on the high fuel pace real quick. Like I said, he's got an extra 2 laps of fuel on board, so he can make some ground up with it. And then we're going to put Magnussen probably in the aggressive tire strategy here off the start. See if he can make up a couple places. So we got to go to about lap 25-ish for Magnussen, and about 35-ish for Schumacher. So we'll see what happens here. 22 for Magnussen, I'm sorry. We'll do about a 20 lap stint on the median for Schumacher at the end. So let's see what happens. Put him on aggressive tire strategy for Magnussen.
Margin, try to increase the pace a little bit.
Setup confidence, I think, on these guys were a little low because we struggled with the setup a little bit for practice. So don't know if that's going to affect us any. But we'll see what we can do. Like I said, we're just shooting for at least points for these guys today. So let's see where we're at in the lap 1 here. We're still P10. We are trying to keep up with this right now. So jumping forward here, finishing up the lap 1. Let's see what we've come out with. Schumacher looks like he didn't gain any spots. We're still P16. Actually, he went from, yeah, he's in 16. That's where he qualified. So see if we can get him to jump up a spot. He is right on the tail of Ricardo.
Push.
Hit overtake from Magnussen, see if I can get him up a spot on the next straight. See if we can go past Joe. He is only about a half second back, and he is not getting any gains. Put Magnussen on deploy, see if he can gain some spots too. Let's see, what can we do? Can we get something happen on one of these drivers here? We got one on overtake. We have a yellow in section 1. Looks like Schumacher ran wide. Oh, it looks like we have an issue. Did he just crash? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like Schumacher crashed in sector 1.
Are you okay, Nick?
Tough break for him.
Yeah, I'm good.
Do they get a short replay on this? Let's see here. So we'll probably pit him and put him on mediums. Let's do a 2 stop in mediums, I guess. Then change the front wing. He's got a 5-second penalty for it too, looks like. So I'm assuming he's got wing damage too. So let's kind of see what we got going on here. Just kind of figuring out what we had going on when this happened. Yeah, because the hards are 50%, so they must have spun. So we'll see what I can get here from this. I'll go down and look at the, yep, we got front wing damage, so we changed it. We'll change it real quick. And then be a little bit long stop, but if there's a replay, let's see if we can find out what happened here.
Now just
So looks
focus
like
on the
he
hat.
just turned 3 or ran really wide, hit the wall, and then came back
They
across
lost
and hit
control,
the Aston
and
Martin.
there's
So
the crash.
I don't know why I gave me a 5-second penalty for that, but it looks like they did. So just kind of keep going for that, have a pit, and just see where he can finish. It probably won't be that great. I think he also had minor suspension damage as well. So it did hurt his pace a little bit.
Okay, more lifting
This is the
coast,
car finished.
please.
I actually thought about retiring in it, to be honest, because how far back he was. I was kind of waiting for a safety car.
If you
but
don't need it, no lifting
I should have
coast.
retired it just to save the wear and tear on the engine and the powertrain. But Bane's sitting here trying to get past Joe and Gasly. Those two kind of holding him up there in front of him. So we don't have DRS yet because we're not to the 3rd lap. We're just kind of hanging out here. We do have overtake still on. Still trying to figure out how this overtake and everything works when I was doing this race. We are pushing. We're doing the aggressive tire strat and the high fuel push. So we'll see what happens here. The Schumacher is also on the mediums. Though we'll probably put him on like lap 30 for the second set of mediums. And just kind of go from there. So running through here, we're on lap 3 now, so we should be getting DRS with the guys in front of us. We're just gonna see what we can
do some
do.
lifting coast and then focus on apex speed.
Okay.
Probably put Schumacher on the take off here shortly. Don't think he's close enough to make a move anything on this right this second. So see if we can just make some moves happen as we go along here. Let's begin this race. Wasn't too exciting besides the dramatic crash that Schumacher had. Schumacher had. Just gonna go from there. Just kind of pushing forward on lap 4 now. Let's see what we can do. See if I can get Madison up a spot. Looks like I did get him up to P9. I don't know what happened there. They're past Joe. Leclerc's moving up. He must have had an issue back in the previous that I didn't see. So I'm trying to get him past Gasly. We're out of ERS, so that's going to be the downside. I'm on neutral right now. See if I can get some recharge. I'm just kind of sticking in the DRS train right now. See if I just keep up with them. Alright, let's see if we can get the competitor lock up. So we did. Someone else going to gain some time. Alright, so DRS again. Off Gasly can make a move going down this straight. Probably not going to be close enough. Too close, come on. And he's alongside. Come on, man, let's get it done. Come on. Looks like he's going to get past him maybe through this section. Yeah, he did get past the Alpine. So now we're trying to see if we keep up with the Mercedes and the Alpine ahead of us. I'm kind of trying to get between a little bit. Got a little bit of wiggle in there first.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
And then got a little bit of field work with it. So let's see what we can do. I'm going forward in this race, going halfway through lap 5. Once we get a gap on Gasly behind us, McLaren looks like they get past him, so so see if one of us gets out of the Ferrari, but we're probably not ready. So going to complete lap 5, see if we can get past the Mercedes maybe. The Mercedes got past the Alpine, so now we got an Alpine to pass. With DRS open, if we make a move going down into this turn, not quite. looks like we will get one going on this way. Maybe? Oh, double overtake. Look at that. We got a double overtake. The Alpine and the Mercedes. Good pass by Magnus.
Nice work, Kev.
Good job. That was a good pass. So, moves up 2 spots and 1 straight.
An excellent move by Haas
fuel pace
to
down a
gain
little
few
bit.
places.
We'll
Let's
watch
have
that
a
and
look.
overtake again
All
just
eyes on
to see how this
Kevin
went. So
Magnussen
he just
here.
had him run, double slip screen, and made it past both of them. And then the turn, and then kind of stuck it in there. So that was a good move. Good move on that one. So,
Superb move.
see if we can get
gaining more and
some more.
places.
See if these guys come up Ferrari behind us, keep behind them a little bit. Maybe try to get a top 10 or top 5 finish here again. Now the only doubt says we have a long train behind us of cars. So that's all that we gotta watch. Move the tire pace down to neutral, and then balance. So just kind of let everything kind of play out for right now. We kind of go from there. We have a 10-car train behind us.
Take a look
Right now.
Right, watch this.
Looks like Schumacher
There's
got past Stroll, so Schumacher's back up to 19th, but that's probably what as high as he's going to get, by my guess. So let's kind of play it by ear, see if we can keep Hamilton behind us. Hamilton may try to make it overtake here. And he did. Looks like we lost 3 spots on that straight. So that's a little rough. So we gained a bunch, but then lost it all right back. So like I said, our car just doesn't have the high-speed pace of this track. So like I said, just getting points in this track, this race is going to be our goal. So we can see what we can do here. Like I said, we don't have the upgrades for the high-speed performance that we have coming in yet. They probably won't be into the next race. So I'm hoping that we can at least just get points. So I'm going to finish lap 7. Just kind of see if we can keep up with the cars in front of us. We lost about a second and a half to Alonso. Bump the tire pace back up to aggressive just to see if we can keep pace with them. And then just kind of go from there. I need to try to get a gap where I can recharge some ERS some. That way he's not struggling in the long straights. 20 Joe is starting to catch back up behind us now. So we are looking to lap 20 to 22 to pit. We have a yellow again.
Is that a lockup?
Snow looks like he locks up in turn 3, so tough break for him. So we're gonna put back at the fuel on push again to see if we can't gain some time. Maybe try to get past one of these guys in front of us again. Okay, see what happens.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Schumacher, so it looks like Stroll and Magnussen or Stroll and Schumacher are battling in the back end. So we're gonna put this DRS on harvest. A little bit of a DRS change. As long as we keep DRS, we should be okay. I'm gonna try to recharge the ERS down these 2 long straights and see if we can get a little energy back to try to help keep up a little bit easier. Me putting everything on aggressive on the other side of things will help us keep up a little easier. So let's see if we can do something. Back to neutral.
Haas with an overtake.
Schumacher made it past Stroll, so it looks like those 2 will be battling them pretty much the rest of this race by the sounds of it. Alright, so Mason made it up to P8, so did get past Russell on that straight.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Russell, so we got that one. We had a yellow in sector 2, so I'm assuming somebody probably locked up. So Madison gained the spot again. Perez locked up, so Perez lost quite a bit of spots there. He went from up front, like at the top 4 down to 14, so we did gain a spot. Just
Mercedes moved up a place.
So now we're still battling Russell for that spot. P11, so we're halfway through the stint, not too bad yet. They keep on the tire. Looks like the tire wear is starting to degrade a little bit. Just gotta keep an eye on that, make sure it doesn't drop too fast. May need to play a little bit of tire management towards the end of the stint, but on the clear pits, it's crazy. Those guys must have started on softs. Because Ricardo's in too. Couldn't really stop
moved
for
up the field.
A medium run. So we gained 2 more spots just from people pitting. So Leclerc is on the hards now. Unless he's just doing a 2-stop, which is very possible.
Alpine just advanced.
We'll see what happens. See if we can just kind of keep where we're at. I'm not really happy with someone that's a decent amount of points. If we can stay here till the end of the race. So just kind of going forward. Schumacher's got a decent gap on Stroll now, so we just kind of got to play it by ear, see how much longer he can stay there. And Magnussen is within a couple tenths of Alonso or Russell right now. So let's see if we can keep it. Leclerc is the fastest lap of the race. We have Verstappen up front, Sainz in second, and then Hamilton in third right now. Or Bottas in third, Hamilton in fourth. So Bottas and Hamilton battling for third. That's kind of an interesting situation. We got Magnussen up to P5 or 6 now, so we did get him past Russell.
Haas with an overtake there.
So that was a good move there. See if we can get him closer to Alonso, maybe get past Alonso. So we're going to harvest again after we got past him to see if we can't gain some of this ERS back and maybe make a charge on Alonso here. I get past him before the pit stop. And on the next straight, we have charging. Russell gets past us, but I have it on charge.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
We have to try to make an attack on these guys in front of us. So we're up to 77% with the ERS. And then we'll put this back to neutral and see if we can make a charge now. So that's 17. We're going on 17 now. Let's see, we're on 18. We're on 17. So let's see if we can make something happen with all this. We're getting close to that pit stop. Magnussen's tires are starting to look like they're falling off a little bit, down to 44%. To be fair, I'm in the aggressive, just try to get caught up, just try to keep pace, and then I've been on the no lifting coast at all, so the high fuel usage. So we did enter a pit window. Anywhere between now and 24 we could stop.
Come on, Kev, you can do this. Copy that.
To have everything on aggressive right now, just to try to close the gap. See if I can't get close enough, maybe to try to do an undercut. I am in undercut range right now. Hopefully these guys just don't stop before me to make it to where I get undercut myself. So I'm gonna probably pit this lap. Just do a little bit of tire management on the hards, just to try to keep it that way. So yeah, I've got everything set to pit for the next time by.
Box.
Looks like Alonso did pit to the Bottas, so I'm not going to get undercut, so I just got to push here just so that way I don't get undercut too bad.
Copy.
So, and then Schumacher, I'm probably going to leave out for a couple more laps yet. Yeah, just got to leave lap 25 and 30.
No more lifting coast. Yeah, copy.
Going to finish the lap here for Magnussen. Looks like Sainz is also in. Hamilton was in. Maybe? No, that was not. But Joe's in with me. So, see what happens here once we get back out where we filter back out at. I think we're going to be right behind Bottas, probably sort of P11. Like Joe caught it past us in the pits. We had a long pit stop for Magnussen for some reason. So that's going to hurt us a little bit. It's like 2 seconds longer than it needed to be. Now we definitely have some work to do to catch up here. So everything on standard right now and see if we can do, since the undercut didn't work, we just got to try to get back in the top 10. I'm trying to finish this race off here. We are moving right along. So coming on the lap 21, just kind of on lap 20 right now, see if we can't make some moves going forward here this race. See what we can do with Magnussen. Like I said, since we pitted early, we're just kind of manage some tires a little bit. We're going forward in this race. So move the speed up to ×4, just try to get this race moving a little faster. Yeah, our car's really struggling with this since it's not a very good high-speed track car. So, see what happens. So we did get up to P12, looks like we got past Ocon. Kind of nice there. Got to harvest a little bit, see if we can get a little more ERS here moving forward. So, See if we can get closer to Joe anyways. Try to push him up to Joe. Looks like we have Gasly still needs pit, so does Norris. Leclerc's on older hards. Russell's on old hards. So yeah, looks like we're in the pit window now for Schumacher. We did get a couple laps ahead, so we're at lap 22 now. We're, I think, closer to lap 28 maybe. Let's see where we was at. Let's see, we're on lap 29. So yeah, so we're pit Schumacher now because he's close to where he needs to be. We're just putting him on mediums to go to the end on that.
Lockup.
Since he's kind of out of sync with everybody else, and then see if we can't get Joe. Get past Joe and Alonso anyways for P10. So Russell still has to pit, Perez still has to pit. Looks like Hamilton still needs to pit, so Perez is in. We're up to P12. We got some spots there. Looks like some guys in front of us pitted that were
Sounds like someone's locked up.
doing a two-stop. We're on the hard stuff from the start. So we're up to P10 now. So the only goal is just to keep this spot. So see what we can do here. Got about 17 laps to go here in this race. So see what we can do. Hamilton's in for a stop. Latifi's in towards the back. So let's see if we can push up to Joe maybe on second two. Looks like Madison ran wide a little bit. So we did lose a little bit of ground to Joe a little bit.
Look at that! They've run wide!
Let's have to watch the cars with us. Norris that pitted for mediums, and I think Ocon did as well. So or Gasly, it was Gasly. So just gotta keep those guys at bay. Make sure we don't have no issues with them. So Russell came out right in front of us. Yeah, I'm not going to push the other car too hard in this one just because, you know, he's farther back there. Just kind of played it by ear. Let's see what happens. So we're going to finish this race up. We have about 14 laps left. See if we can get pushed up any closer. Jumping to lap 41. I had Schumacher move out of the way from Anderson. So see if we can still get him any closer. Looks like he is within a second now. So I did move everything to push and aggressive just to try to gain a spot. And we'll put the ERS on deploy just to try to gain some ground on him here. See if we can't make something happen. Get past him here in this lap. So going down the front straight. Yep, we did get a spot, so we're up to P9. So put everything back to neutral. And then
Haas with an
see what
overtake.
happens here. Madison overtakes Joe, so we're good there. So let's see, we're on. That's showing here we get some minor suspension damage. That was a new suspension for him, which is kind of difficult to take because that is, like I said, like some brand new suspension first race on it. We're on lap 43 now. Let's see, Madison does have a little bit of a gap to Joe, but not much. Our tire's a little more worn just because we've been running it. Looks like the tires are starting to fall off too, so we're just going to have to keep an eye on that for the remainder of this race. So we have a little more worn tires compared to the guy behind us.
A position gained
Gasly's
for
going
Alfa
pretty quick,
Romeo.
and Joe made another pass on Madison down that front straight. So gonna kind of play it by ear. Let's see here. We get back by him here down the straight with DRS. Probably playing cat and mouse with them by the sounds of it. Because we'll probably get him back in the straight. Yeah, maybe? No. So I'll put the fuel back to regular. Probably put fuel at the push just to see if we can get past him a little bit. Maybe build a gap. I'm just kind of going back to this tire wear screen to make sure we're doing good, make sure we're still on pace. And for me, typically, as long as the white line is touching that other line, we're okay. So we're gonna try to push to get past them and see what happens here. So now our tire wear is down to 37% on lap 46. We're still trying to catch past Joe. Still can make nothing happen. So only a couple more laps left in this thing. We're losing ERS, so that's gonna be the downside. So I put it on neutral and just kind of see what I can do with just straight DRS and pace management. The way it's going, we might have low tires by the end of this at the pace we're going here. So
Copy that.
And we'll watch. We're low on fuel too. We're still about a lap to the good according to my thing here. So just gotta keep that in mind. Let's see what we can do here. We got Joe still trying to block us. He's about 10% newer tires than we got. So he's got a little bit better pace to manage. So we're in front of him for a second. And now we're back in. We know we got ahead of Joe again. So we're now P9. Which
Is that a new race position for Haas?
We're behind an Alpine, so that's where we kind of have to watch. As long as we're close to them. So our goal is to try to be around them and the constructors. So come on to
Okay, understood, Kev.
see if we can keep this position. Joe got battled back past us down the back chute. And let's see what happens down this front straight. So we got just again, but we lost a little bit of time. We're low on tire wear.
Looks like that was a position gain.
We have 2 laps left to go for ourselves. So let's see if we can get it. Come on, Magnusson. Verstappen's still leading from Sainz. So Verstappen's got a heck of a lead. Sainz in second, and then we have Leclerc in third. So that's a decent gap for them.
Nice work, Kev.
We'll see if we can get something to happen from it.
Haas with an overtake there. Here's the replay.
We did get a
All
pass
eyes
back
on
here. What
Kevin
happened here?
Magnussen
So we
here.
got Madison past Joe again. Yeah, so looks like you got a decent gap. You got a pass done way earlier in the straightaway that time instead of close
They
to
take
the corner.
advantage.
So let's see what we can have happen. So Verstappen's starting the last lap. So we have a lap and a half left to go. See if we can keep Joe behind us. It'd be cool to have P9 to get a couple points out of this race. So we're switching to defend and we're out of here already. So it's probably gonna be off the road for us. We didn't manage the ERS properly in this race. Joe went on the outside. So
Okay, Kev, so we can start to close the gap.
Copy that.
Well, it is what it is. We still have 1 lap to go here. But I don't think we have anything
Alfa
going with
Romeo
overheaded gas.
just moved up a place.
I'm okay with it. Going from the last lap of the race.
Charge on.
Copy.
My tire sports fell off the face of the earth in the last couple laps. So that was poor management on my part for that.
Charge off.
Copy.
Let's continue on here. We're on our last lap. Max is about to cross the finish line, so that's how far ahead of us he was. And now we have a lap between me and Joe, so that's not one either. So.
Load push.
Yeah, this was a long race. I learned a lot, so we'll try to manage the RS a little more. We'll be going Australia next. We'll see what happens there, see if we can't get some improvements. Like I said, we should have some car improvements the next race. And if we have new wins, should be at least on the Nations car. That will have
Max
the manufacturer for both
Verstappen
cars.
over the finish line
wanna see what
and
happens.
today's winner.
So coming finish the lap. Looks like keep Gasly behind us is the wrong thing. Just giving me more body warning if you look at this. In the last turn, it looks like we will be getting P10 with last one. Schumacher P19, so we're good there. He didn't get lapped a second time, so that's a plus.
Checkered flag.
And just go for that with Schumacher locked up in the last turn as well, so go figure.
Let's take a look at the replay.
And we just had a
Now just
really
focus
terrible race
on
all
the
way around,
Haas.
so
They're
hopefully we
way
can
off
improve on
the
that.
racing line there.
Just gonna keep an eye on them. Kind of go from there.
Oh,
See if we
big
can get
lock up
Schumacher some
there.
points this season yet. But got the race finished up. We'll take a look at the results, so kind of go over everything, and then go from there.
A brilliant performance from the Haas driver. yes, they're having a very successful day at the races.
You can see that the team runs like a well-oiled machine. Everything was precise and on point this weekend.
The end this weekend in 5th place in the constructor standings.
And for the next round, Formula One is heading down under. Exciting times ahead in Australia on the shores of the Albert Park Lake.
So just looking at the results here. Max won, Sainz second, Leclerc third. He gained 11 spots in this race. Magnussen finished where he started, which is plus, gets a point. That just helps us out in the constructors. Every point helps right now, especially that midfield battle. And then driver standings, we are in 7th, so we did lose a spot. And then constructors lost a spot to Alfa Romeo because Bottas and Joe both had really good results. So this is our final standings over here. Final experience gains. Plaintiffs probably used their reserve for the first time in Spain, so just kind of played that by ear. Then just kind of look at our income. So we gained about $3.5 million. No expenses lost this time because we had no performance bonuses to give out, and we did make all the incentives that we tried to get. So we're doing good there. So we will see you guys next time in Australia. And so if there's anything you guys would like to see, just like give a like and a comment below. And then, like I said, I am recorded up to around 6 or 7 right now. So if you want anything added, it'll be then before they actually start getting implemented in the videos. I don't know if you want to see more of the practice stuff or if you want to see more racing action. I'm going to try to keep these videos under between 40 minutes to an hour, so they're not too terribly long. But we'll just kind of go from there. So hope you guys all have a good one. We'll see you next time.